like you just generally don't trust. You stay reserved. Maybe you don't share as much. Maybe you don't show the genuine support, which to me is whack.
Yeah.
Like it's whack as men. We should be supporting each other. We should be encouraging each other because there's enough space for everybody to do what they need to do.
I think a true testament of friendship is I could be able to tell you what I don't like, or hey, I feel slighted a certain way, and you not take it in a hey, yo, I don't have to support you, and yo, I'm not dealing with you, and things like that. It's like, hey, I'm telling you how I feel.
Dudes will get into glazing battles about their favorite NBA player.
Yep.
But they won't repost your boy's platform or your boy's sneaker brand or your boy's clothing brand or your boy's bakery shop, coffee shop, whatever it may be. I don't understand it.
Man, I love people that are driven and motivated, you know. So when I see someone just, doing things at any scale or at any level, but they want to just constant self-improvement, that's the same path that I'm on.
My dad told me that really quick.
Yeah.
Your moment with somebody can be an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
It can be a small amount of time, but it's never yours. They're not property.
Yeah. I'm somebody that's selfless, you know.
I'll give you that.
If somebody needs something or wants something, man, if I could do anything in my power if I have the knowledge, I don't gatekeep. And if I could connect somebody with someone, I'll do that, you know.
Men, since the beginning of time, have thought about resources, women, and money.
Exactly.
Let's flat out. Big teams, big boys, right? My highs and lows, inherit growth, Mr. Deeds. Went from juggling 3 jobs to CEO like I'm Steve. Never been a rotten apple, call me John Appleseed. That's how I bleed. God can see, no other man can judge me. Call him Mike, Mr. International, getting cream. Single mother told me worth, and now I'm worth everything. Went from Wall Street to Abu Dhabi, straight rolling in a Maserati with women that feel exotic. My life too pristine.
Man, you didn't have to do them like that, man. You didn't have to do them like that.
It was film day.
Yeah.
We gotta make a statement.
Exactly. We gotta make a statement. What's
going on, man?
Flat out.
Welcome back to another edition of Last Flat Out Podcast. Please like, share, and subscribe. You know where you can reach us at: YouTube, Instagram, now Twitch, TikTok, and all your podcast platforms, from Spotify to Apple Music. Let's get into it, man. You can find me at If Mike Was Here. You can also find Jay at
JLubriel26 across all my social media accounts. And man, we have an episode for everyone today. And we're going to talk about something real. Something that, at least as us as men, that we avoid quite often. And those are genuine male friendships.
What's the difference between a friend, a casual friend, and a homie, a brother? Like, what's the difference to you?
The difference to me is the things I'm able to say or share with the person. Mm-hmm. For me, I think that's like really the differentiating line between the two. With my homies, who's like my brother, people I call my bros, which is not many. I can call them on one hand. We talk about real stuff.
Yeah.
With no judgment. Sometimes you get a little judged, right? Whatever. But
yeah,
I think as men, I mean, at least I was taught, men don't cry.
Yeah.
Men don't have emotions. Men this, men that, right? And also, like, as you become more and more successful, you start to think that you're in a jungle. Mm-hmm. Like, so you have this like genuine don't trust this person off the rip, because if you think that you get up on one on them, then they're not allowed to be successful. So like, you just generally don't trust. You stay reserved. Maybe you don't share as much. Maybe you don't show the genuine support, which to me is whack.
Yeah.
Like, it's whack as men. We should be supporting each other. We should be encouraging each other because there's enough space for everybody to do what they need to do. But yeah, just to answer your question in a roundabout way, the differentiating line is what I'm able to tell the person. And so what about for you?
For me, it's, friends are kind of like, I'm cool with them for a certain activity, right. And in certain spaces, where if I have someone that I call them my brother, like you said, it's like, it's no limit to like what we could talk about, what we can do. And as far as like revealing all of myself, as far as like, there's going to be some vulnerabilities or some vulnerable moments, and I could be able to share and get that feedback from that person, I feel like nowadays, or as we get older, that's kind of harder to get. And from many factors, because just people have lives and, you know, they have families and things like that. And, you know, work is, as we climb the corporate ladder, or if you're an entrepreneur, just, you know, people just are busier, you know?
Man, and me just moving back to New York,
Yeah.
I was talking to my boy Alex, who most people know is my best friend. And I was telling him, I always talk to him about like, yeah, from a career perspective, did the right move. Family's obviously closer to New York, but man, I've been in New York now almost a year, and it's been hard. I mean, I even talked to you about it. It's been hard for me to build my community of people there because, I mean, one, I had to let go of some people because of something I'll talk about later on in the season. But like, now that you're trying to build a new community of people already have their community set.
Yeah.
Right. And to be the new person who you just met, kind of infiltrate the vibes, change the vibes. People are not really trying to really change their circles or change their comfort zones or whatever it may be. And it's really caused me to like be in this introspective place in my life where I'm kind of thinking to myself, all right, what do I want my friends to be? I don't need a lot of friends. I don't need a bunch of homies and stuff like that. I got all the ones I want, but in terms of like expanding my world, being a friend of substance, it feels like now everyone's like, if you want to be my friend, you kind of got to bring something to say, well, at this point, we can't just be friends just because you want to go have a coffee. I can go do that with 1,000 people, which unfortunately is part of the game now as an older person. Like you don't have a lot of time. You want to make sure that the time you are giving is to someone that you actually enjoy being around. So yeah, it's been tough, man. And I think I'm a real personable person. Like, like I like to go up and talk to people and stuff. Maybe I have a resting bitch face, but like I like to talk to people. Yeah. But it's been tough, man. It's been tough, especially with other men. It's been hard. Yeah. Specifically.
And I guess do you think there's a specific reason why sometimes it just remains surface level?
I think that men have been pinned against each other.
Yeah.
Right. You have this message about like 1%.
It's a dog-eat-dog world.
A dog-eat-dog world. 1%. You got to be part of the 1%. Not everybody could be part of the 1% statistically and mathematically. That's not possible, right? So you think to yourself, if I help him, then he may step on my head. Yeah. But what people don't understand is there's enough slices to the pie, and not everybody's trying to climb to the same place or get to the same places. Yeah. There's no value to backstabbing on somebody, to bringing them down, to not showing them support. I am perfectly happy with showing creatives or anybody who has an entrepreneur reposting is such a low level show of support. And I used to think that being surrounded by people meant you have support. No, because you could be surrounded in a place where plenty of people are quiet when the light is shining on top of you instead of clapping for you. Yeah. And I've been in those situations and I'm kind of like, huh. And this podcast hasn't even jumped off in the way we wanted to jump off. And I'm over here thinking to myself like, wow, if this is how you are now, I don't want to see you when we have any sort of like notoriety or success. Like I don't want any of that. So
no, I think it'll flip. Then when that happens, then it's, I've been there from the day one.
And do you think like, look, I think anybody who knows me, I can be petty. For sure. Yeah. I always say I don't, I take notes. Yeah. I take notes. And it's going to be very difficult for me to come across somebody, especially another man, who has not showed me support. And then all of a sudden we good, we lit, we whatever, we have notoriety, we got some clout. And then all of a sudden they want to be around. Yeah. I'm like, I know who was around in episodes 1 through 20. Like, are you trying to tell me that you weren't there? There's people that in other countries that we've never met who repost us more than some people that we've been closer to. Sure. And I'm like, yo, that's kind of embarrassing. Like, honestly, I want to ask them like, why? Yeah. Like, I want to ask them why. There's one particular person on my side that I would like to just ask why. You talk to me about my podcast. You tell me the things I should improve about my podcast. And you've never liked, shared it, reposted it, commented, which is weird to me. Yeah. And I don't have the heart to do it because I don't want to set off like a domino effect of, I think I could lose the friendship because of that. And it's just not worth it for me at this stage. But man.
Have you ever said something or?
I said like, yo, that was an interesting perspective. How about you comment? Yeah. And never happened. I don't understand, bro.
Yeah, that's
I don't get it. So why do you think men don't support each other? I'm just interested.
Man, I just think it's egos, and then I feel like sometimes, especially if you know someone, later in your life and all that. It's people always like to come, especially men. We have egos, we have pride. So, you know, we like to come off as, you know, and not me myself, but I feel like other people always like to come off as they have something going on, or, you know, they're super busy or something like that. Yeah, and it's like, you ain't doing.
I was just with you like yesterday, like.
Yeah. And so I don't know, and I feel like maybe the thought is that it's kind of weak, or like you're, you know, you're kind of sweating somebody else, like, yo, why you keep posting them? Like, you know, and it's like, yeah, it's my boy. Like, yo, I'm going to support what he does. But they'll support celebrities or people that they don't know.
Which to me, we've said this in like season 1, I will never understand that.
Yeah, yeah.
Dudes will get into glazing battles about their favorite NBA player.
Yeah.
But they won't repost your boy's platform or your boy's sneaker brand or your boy's clothing brand or your boy's bakery shop, coffee shop, whatever it may be. Mm-hmm. I don't understand it. I will never get it, bro. And I will like, and I think on top of it, it shows a little bit of vulnerability, right? And men in general don't like to be vulnerable. Like, I'm learning to be vulnerable.
Yeah.
Like, I'm learning to be vulnerable. I'm learning to be able to express myself in a positive manner, in a transparent manner. And I think that's something that needs to be spoken about more often in terms of like the vulnerability aspect of being a man. Right. And again, we're not speaking on behalf of women because we're not women. Right. Like we are only men. And this is the only perspective that I know. Yeah. So I think for us, it's sort of like a lot of dog eat dog, egotistical maniacs, to be quite honest with you. And a lot of dudes are just scared to show support because they think it's, like you said, it's a sign of weakness. And I think that's weak. Yeah. I think that's weak. I think there's nothing wrong to go up to someone like, yo, I like your platform. I like the things you need to say. Why not? I be doing it all the time. If I support you, like our boy Nathan just got on an Amazon Prime video, the one that we, you know, Nathan Hector, the one we interviewed. I reposted it because I think I know how hard he's working. Yeah. Right. Well, I gotta still watch it, but I'm just saying, like, just to put his name out there. Exactly. That's just an example of somebody that I support and that I generally like his artwork. Brandon, Frank Harp Mercy, whoever it may be, right? Yeah. Davin with Diet Starts Monday, right? Like. But even in certain scenarios, you know, like we're looking for a little love in return, and it's been hard to get.
It's like pulling teeth, and it's like, yeah, it costs you nothing. It's free, you know.
I'd just be interested, like I'd just be really interested to be like why, man? Like, it's like it's not you were on our platform or you watch our platform or whatever it is. Like, what are you scared of something? Is there, you should have not done it in the first place if there's not something that you're proud of or something that you were afraid to talk about. Yeah. Right. And this is hard for us to talk about because just because we've had guests on here who necessarily don't repost it, I understand it's a business. We get it. Like, we understand. Yeah. But for some of you, it's not a business. For some of you, it's not a business. Like, we don't get and we don't understand.
Yeah. I don't know. I would say that for men, I feel like even to have that tough conversation, people may take it as disrespect, you know? Like, I think a true testament of friendship is I could be able to tell you what I don't like or, hey, I feel slighted a certain way, and you not take it in a, hey, yo, I don't have to support you, then, yo, I'm not dealing with you and things like that. It's like, hey, I'm telling you how I feel. Like, you know, oh my God, I'm telling you, like, you know, like, take that. Like, these are my feelings. Like, you know what I mean? Like, help me understand that. Like, yo, why didn't you support or something like that? And the same way back. Like, if somebody's telling me something, it's not necessarily an argument or a fight. It's like, damn, my bad. Like, my non-action or something like that did that. Yo, my bad. Like, yo, it's nothing. Like, I got you on the next time. Or, hey, let me repost you right now. And a lot of people take, like, when you have that tough conversation of like, yo, that wasn't cool what you did, like, or like, yo, not showing up, that wasn't cool. People would take that as like, oh, okay, like, it's an argument or it's beef.
Now let's get a little deep. Growing up, do you have like any close male relationships like within your family, like somebody who you can be vulnerable with?
In my family, yeah, my brother.
Okay. Yeah. So that taught you like very early on to like be able to rely on another man, to be able to have male friendships, to be able to, like, you know, confide in somebody and stuff. And for me personally, I mean, I had my brother, but like I was always taught I was the older brother. I was taught like, you know, you need to be strong. Men don't cry, show emotions and stuff like that. I love my dad. My dad's great, but not the most emotionally intelligent person on the planet, right? Like, and there's no knock on him. That's just Gen X, Dominican man, came up from a first generation, you know, came up as an immigrant in New York. You know, he has a lot to learn, but I don't know how much you're going to learn. It's changing your 50s, right? So you have to
Has that changed? No, I mean, so that hasn't changed.
Hell
now.
no, that hasn't changed. Like, yo, he ain't going to change. So I've had to learn through therapy. I have to change my reaction to him.
Okay.
Right? Like, I'm not changing him. I have to change the way I react. Right? So and this is not picking on my dad. My dad's a great guy, by the way. Awesome father. But doesn't come without his flaws. And I'm able to say that because I'm his son and I'm 30 something. So I have enough of a perspective here to say it. I think with him, when you say certain things, he has his own, he's very set in the way he thinks, stubborn in a good way sometimes. But in some ways you need to be malleable. And that's part of emotional intelligence, being able to tolerate and see the perspective and feel the perspective of somebody else.
Yep.
I also think that because of how my grandmother raised him, my grandma was a single woman back in the 70s in the Dominican Republic with 4 boys. So she had to be tough.
Yeah.
They got raised tough.
Yeah.
So the only thing he knew was how to raise tough. I'm going to raise tough. My dad wasn't like, oh, I love you, son. Like, you know, everything's going to be okay. He wasn't like, yo, I need to prep you up for the world. The world's cold out there. Like, yo,
like, dust yourself off. Stop crying.
Stop crying type of stuff, which I appreciate for a lot of situations in life because life has taught me life is cold. Yeah. People will do you dirty. I've had some people that I've called brothers do me dirty, and we can get into that if we want, right? But like they've done me dirty, and I had to dust off my shoulders and be like, yo, tomorrow the life's not gonna stop. Tomorrow's still not gonna come. Yeah, like you know what I mean. So I've had to just, you know, I didn't really have a homie growing up. I didn't have a brother growing up. That, aside from my brother. Oh, okay, my brother's actually my brother, but I didn't have somebody who was like I confided in a lot in. I had a lot of good friends, but like I never had somebody who I called myself like, yo, this is my best friend for life type of dude. Like my best friends came later on in life when I was like an adult. Like when I was like, oh my God, like, okay, this is the community of men I was looking for in my life. Yeah. People who are positive influences, who push me every day, who keep me accountable, who I'm allowed to be vulnerable with, people who I've gotten into arguments with, people I've gotten into massive disagreements with, people who we've cried together, come together, witnessed like milestones together. That's what to me is a brotherhood. You know what I mean? That's a brotherhood to me. Yeah. And that doesn't get defined by your blood. That doesn't get defined by, you know, family ties. That get confined by your actions and the things that you've done together and the words and the commitment to each other. Yeah.
I mean, I think if we're talking about brotherhood outside of your biological family, I definitely had those, but I would say it was different levels because we didn't know. You know, so as kids, I bonded with you know, with a group of guys around my neighborhood, and you know, I would say we probably didn't know how to express ourselves because now looking at it, we're all older, and I'm sure like some of the things I was going through or even they were going through, it's like, you know, we never had those talks of like, you know, and I don't want to put anybody's business out, but just like different home situations and things like that. Right. You know, we didn't have the skill set to be like, hey, what's going on? How are you handling it? You know?
Therapy wasn't really a big thing going on. So.
Yeah, exactly. It was just more so we were in kind of, you know, survival mode. Like, you know, we're in Washington Heights, low income neighborhood, you know what I mean? Everybody's in a single parent home, and it's just like, yo, we're trying to do what we know, and that's, you know, survive and just, that's it.
Men, since the beginning of time, have thought about resources, women, and money.
Exactly.
So if you trying to take the bag away from me, you trying to take my chick away from me, you trying to take something that I own away from me, it's war. You feel me? Like it's war because I want more of it, and there's only a finite amount of resources, several of those things. So you're like, if I take away from your plate, there's no replenishing it. That's it. I got to fight for what's mine. And I think that we're taught, coming from a low income household setting, coming from a predominantly Black and Latino neighborhood, you were just taught like, yo, there's nobody out there to save you. So you got to go ahead and get your own. People don't talk about that enough because we didn't come from communities where there was an abundance of any of that. Yeah. Like I didn't come from a lot of money. I didn't come from a lot of resources. I came from bare scraps. Mm-hmm. It was good enough, got me to where I'm at today, but it really taught me to be like, yo, like I gotta be really careful who I let in my circle because I've made mistakes too. I've let people in my circle and I've confided in things and people have used that against me and backstabbed me, bro. Yeah. And that does not feel good. thinking about it makes me feel like, damn, like it taught me a lot about myself. It taught me a lot about the people in the situation. But it's also like, you know, I invested so much time into this person, and all of a sudden they're gonna do me like that. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like, was that really worth it?
What was I guess the situation you could speak upon which you was like, damn, you felt somebody did you dirty?
I mean,
I got one too.
I got one, man, like with this dude in college, bro. I thought he was my guy, and me and the girl I was seeing at the time.
It's always a
chick,
a
man.
girl money.
It's girl money, man. So I was like, there was a chick that I was seeing in college, and dude do me dirty, man. He ended up. They ended up sharing some spit. You know what I mean? So I was like, damn. And you know who ended up finding out? Shout out to my cousin.
But this is your girlfriend?
She was my girl, bro.
Oh, okay.
She was my girl.
And he knows, like...
He was hanging out with us. Hanging out with us. I was like, damn, that's dirty.
How'd you find out?
My cousin. He told me. And then once he told me, it was because my cousin kind of got an inkling of something that was going on.
Yeah.
And told the dude, was like, yo, you got 7 days to tell John, or I'm going to tell him. And you're lucky I'm giving you 7 days. It's because I was already kind of done with the girl a little bit.
Yeah.
But when it happened while we were together.
Oh, okay. And
Like,
what did she say?
I didn't talk to her. I'm not mad at her. Why was I mad at her? I'm mad at him.
No, true.
Why was I mad at her?
I'd be mad at both of them.
I'm not mad at her. She did what she needed to do.
Yeah.
Why did he do what he did? He's supposed to hold his loyalties to me.
True.
And that's a lesson. I don't ever get mad at whatever girl has done me, quote unquote, dirty. I'm putting air quotes up.
Yeah.
I'm never mad at them. Yeah, there's a little bit of disappointment.
Yeah.
But the homie is supposed to be the one.
Yeah, if it's your homie, yeah.
It's the homie's
crazy.
the one I'm really mad at.
It's your homie, yeah.
Yo, if your chick, your wife, maybe your wife is different. I think you could be mad at your wife because you guys actually like under God and signed something together.
Yeah.
But if it's your girlfriend, bro, it's just your turn.
Yeah.
It was never yours, bro. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you feel me? Like, it was never yours. Like, it was never yours.
For the moment.
It was just a moment. Move on, man. Move on. With that, I'm really good. With that, my dad told me that really quick.
Yeah.
Your moment with somebody can be an indefinite amount of time.
Yeah.
It could be a small amount of time, but it's never yours. They're not property.
Yeah.
And sometimes
I need that.
All right, let's go with that before we go down a road we don't want to talk about. What's your story? Anyway, so how I handled that. So when he told me that, just to wrap it up, sorry.
Yeah.
So when he told me, hey man, like, this is what happened, he kind of brushed it off as like, you know, she was a bop anyway. Like,
yeah.
I was like, hold on. Time out. That was my girl, number one.
Yeah.
I'm allowed to call her whatever that, but you're definitely not.
Yeah.
And how did you even get in a situation where that even happened? And number two, you must have been scoping my chick from the beginning, because
he was probably, he was hating
plotting.
on you.
He was plotting.
He was hating. Oh,
you could do better. You could do better.
John, you know how he do. He probably out right now with somebody. I never do you like that.
I would never do you like that. It's actually funny because American Dad, Stuart, the dad or whatever.
Yeah.
There's a meme saying that there's always every guy in a group chat being there for your ex girl. Like, you don't deserve that. I'm like,
crazy.
don't do that. Anyway,
I had a similar. So I'm gonna get to my situation, but I had a similar situation. But I had to chalk that up, and he knows who he is. So he's my boy. He's my boy.
He's your boy?
Yeah, he's my boy. Wait.
He's your boy?
But I take full responsibility because this was when I learned. I mean, it was a lesson learned. And you ever cared about somebody, but not really, and they're not really a girl, but it's still like, yo, this is my side piece.
This is your side piece.
I mean,
maybe.
Mind you, I was in college at this point, so
okay.
I'm in college.
Everybody had side pieces.
Yeah,
at that
but
time.
it's like you're messing with somebody, and you're like, hey, this is mine, but you don't want to be the one to claim.
You don't want to be the claimant because everyone's gonna look at you like, yo, Mike is claiming that.
Like,
yikes!
So I was definitely a little hurt because it was something where like, dude was asking me like, yo, how do you feel about this? And I'm like, why are you pressing me about it? I'm like,
he asked you?
Yeah, he was asking, but my ego was like, oh, no, I don't care. Like, yo, it's whatever.
I've never met a guy who's okay with that.
Yeah,
I've never met a guy. I've never met again, guys fight about three things. They fight about resources, money, and women.
Yeah.
I've never met a dude who was like, yeah, sure, cool.
What, for real? No, I was the type. I didn't want to. I didn't want to claim. I was like, yo,
Deep down
it's for the
inside, though,
streets. Yo, she's for the streets. Like, yo, you could do you. That ain't my girl. You know, that was me, big time. I was saying that, and he kept asking. But honestly, I'm mad at him because I'm like, yo, there's so many women on this college campus. Why you focusing on the one that you know? Like, oh yeah, that's Mike is always
Because you was talking
like,
too
you know.
much. You was talking.
That's
too much
crazy.
He was talking too much about the experience. My man wanted to relive that. He was like, "Yo,
I guess so. I guess so. Now that you say that,
my mom always said, do not talk about the activities that happen.
That's
behind
so
closed
weird,
doors,
man.
bro.
That's so weird because I'm the type of person I like. If I'm dating somebody or I'm dealing with somebody, I like them new for me. I don't want to know that you dealt with them or anything like that. Like I like them. Hey, you don't even know this person.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to. That's the ideal situation. You want to find.
No, because then you know what? Our egos is gonna be like, you know, you're gonna be with that girl. Like, oh, yo, who's better?
No, I'm gonna be like, you got my sloppy seconds, bro. Like, I don't care who was better. I got to it first. I got to it first in time, baby. First in time gives you priority.
My ego said that. I'm like, oh yeah, you did that, but I was hurt. I was like, come on, you really did it? I ain't believe. I'm like, you really? He was like, yeah. Like, I'm like, come on. I was like, so we had a little slight fallout. That's my guy, though. Like,
all time heals all wounds, right?
Yeah,
so, what was
yeah.
your real story?
Okay, so
what was your real story? Like,
so the real story was about money, you know. So I want to just add on. There's a situation about money, and a lesson was learned there. But it was somebody that, you know, he was my guy, and out here, you know, that it's like, yeah, you spending time with this person and everything like that. Because here you kind of like make friends that become your family because everybody's so far away and all that. Like, and we were really cool, like bonding, talking about things. You know what I mean? Like, he was telling me, like, he had a girl at the time. He was telling me, yo, I'm about to propose, this and that, all this stuff. He got into a little trouble, you know.
little money trouble.
And you know, out here they don't play the
They don't
money
play
games.
that. No, they will arrest you,
if
my
you
boy.
owe money out here, you will go to jail. You know, so
Quick.
yeah. So they don't play that.
That's why they begin. If you think about it, it's almost one hand feeds the other. People get into the lifestyle creep, and there's banks who give a lot of loans out here.
Oh, easy. It's easy to get a loan out here.
Personal loans out here. So if you think about it, it's a vicious cycle once you get into that cycle.
Yeah. Yep. And you could easily get caught up, you know. So for me, I'm the type of person, I have a lot of sympathy or empathy for people when they're going through certain situations. And I'm just like, man, if that was me, I would want somebody to like, because I feel like I'm good for it. Like if I owe somebody something, like I don't even sleep comfortable at night.
That's that New
like,
York
damn,
mentality.
yeah, like, yo, I owe another man something, or a woman, or anybody. I owe another person something, you know? And if I'm not gonna be able to pay them on time, I'm not gonna avoid them because I'm gonna just feel embarrassed. I'm gonna feel like a sucker, like, damn, I can't go. I gotta approach it and be like, hey, it can't, like, I'm working on it. I can't give it at the date that I said, but I'm working on it. Here's something to show in good faith. Yeah. And I'm never gonna let you be the first to reach out to me. I'm gonna beat you before the punch. I know what you're thinking. Like, hey, I got it. It's on the way. Like,
it's on the way. It's on the way.
So man, it was just so weird. Like, it's somebody that I see every other day or every week and all that. We playing golf, basketball together. We chopping it up, going out and all that. And it just went ghost. It was weird. Like, imagine if I just go ghost on you. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
that'd be weird.
That'd be weird.
That would be weird for this podcast. Yes,
yeah, it'd be super
but
weird.
yes, I could. I've ran into a couple of those situations.
Yeah.
He just went ghost.
Yo, he went literally ghost. I had to even reach out to his girl. Like, I had to reach out to his girl.
Was the amount of money like a substantial amount of money, or was
it was? I mean, it's
or
not
was it amount of money
gonna,
like if you it sucks that you lost it, but my life moves on type of.
It was a couple of $1,000. Yeah. But it was like $1,500 or $2,000. It was like that.
Damn.
So it's something where like I'm not going broke over, but it's something I could use my $1,500, $2,000.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
I ain't giving that out for free.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's not like a couple $100.
And it hurt because then you think about, damn, I just let that go. And you like, damn, I could have did some shit with that. Like, I could have enjoyed myself. Like,
I could have gone to the trip. I could have brought somebody to that trip, man.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
Cut somebody else's good experience.
But there's some
out.
bills I could have paid with that, you know.
Now,
Yeah.
did you ever see him?
No, so he actually ended up paying, but like a year later, like
He came out of the woodwork and was like, "Here's your money."
After I done remove that from my life, from my head, that I lost the money and all that. He came back, reached back out, and he was like, he told me a story. He was going through hard times or whatever like that. Then he said, hey, you know, I got it right now. I could still send it to you. I was like, oh, I didn't even respond. I just responded back with my IBAN number like that. And then it took him a couple more weeks, but then he sent it. And I was like, all right, yo, appreciate that. Like, yo, finally. But he didn't even give nothing extra on that.
Yeah, because I was going to say, you lost money on that money.
Yeah, exactly.
The time value of money.
Yeah.
Yesterday's dollar is more, is it worth more than the dollar today. So you lost a lot of money on that.
Yeah, definitely.
Inflation, all that stuff. You could have invested in.
You would think you put a little extra on it. He sent me the exact amount. Yo, a year later, bro.
Yo, bro, that be happening to me. People be reaching out to me sometimes, be like, yo, I need a quick 250, 300. I'm just like, as a man. And look, again, I'm going to preface this by saying I only have the perspective of a man. I don't know how it feels for women. I don't want to speak on behalf of women. But as a man, me, who's a man, a very proud man, I don't have the heart. Getting anything from my father, bro, I have better luck getting it from the Bank of England or the U.S. Treasury alone from them than to have gotten anything from my dad. So in my perspective, I'm like, wow, if I'm going to ask another man for anything, bro, it has to be finished.
Yeah, and then you got to go through your line of like, your immediate family. You could ask them first, or man, your girl, ask your girl, ask your girl. That's the ego, but ask your girl. But step out and ask another man for that, like, you know what I mean? And honestly, the crazy thing is, with that guy, like, the relationship was building to like, bro, it wasn't even there, cause like I have dudes that's like, yo, my brothers, and like if they ask for me, I know them well enough that I'm like, yo, it's tough times. Yeah. Like, if you ask me for some shit, I'm like, yo, it's tough times.
It's got to be tough, John.
It's like, yo, I got you, bro. Like, you know what I mean? And I feel like I know your personality. It's like, all right, yo, he's going to try his hardest to, pay me back or
my credit score is immaculate in the market, bro. I've never asked for anything, but I'm just saying, like,
me neither.
My credit score is immaculate in this market, bro. In fact, I've borrowed money one time in my life. One time. And I gave it to him 2 weeks before because I gave him a fake deadline.
Yeah.
I wanted to make myself feel good. I was like, look, I just wanted to build myself some natural buffer. Yeah. And I was like, look, I'll get it to you by the 30th. And I gave it to him on the 15th. Yeah. I was like, yo, I don't want to ever hear about this. And it was because at my job, you know how sometimes you have jobs that pay with a paper check? So it was a job that with a paper check, and I didn't have a bank account set up yet. Yeah. So I was with this check that I couldn't cash it, and I couldn't go to Western Union because I was under 18 years old. You need an ID. Yeah. So I was like, damn, I need money to pay my phone bill. Yeah. It was to pay for a phone bill, some other stupid bill that I had, and I needed to borrow money from my boy at the time. I was like, yo, I got some cash. I can't deposit this check, and the check cashing wouldn't come in place. But that's the only time I ever borrowed money. Yeah. Aside from that, I've had plenty of people borrow money from me and never pay it back, and I'm just like, damn. That's actually a good thing because then they can never ask you for anything again. Yeah. Sometimes I'd be giving the money.
What's the highest amount though?
That I've given somebody and haven't gotten paid back? Yeah. Then I haven't gotten paid back.
Haven't gotten paid back. Or you got paid back at a ridiculous amount of time that passed.
4,300 or something like that.
Oh, okay, damn, yeah.
That one I got paid back in installments though, like over a course of like fucking 2.5 years, which is ridiculous.
Oh, I hate that. It's like, I'm not the bank.
I'm like, yo, I'm not making any interest on this money. And they'd be like, yo, how are you charging me interest? I'm like, yo, don't ask me for money.
Yeah, like I'm not a bank.
I'm not a bank, dude. Like, go to the bank for a loan if you want this. Like, I don't do installment plans. The way I give it to you is the way I want it back. And everyone knows that about me. The way I give it to you is the way I want it back. Don't hit me with the, yo, I need $500 and I'm gonna give you $50 a week for 10 weeks. I'm like, what? I was like, what? I was like, nah.
Then you lose track of the shit. Now you're a bookkeeper. You gotta chase them up.
I'm like, yo, save all you, because the thing is, those people don't have enough fiscal responsibility to be able to save a pot of money and to give it to you.
And they look at you and think, "Oh, you're good. You're not gonna mess that."
I know exactly. Yeah. Sometimes I have this conversation all the time with my parents, and not to turn this into like a venting or a bashing session, but they're like, "Yo, people look at you and they're like, you can take the L. You good. You traveling all around the world. You're doing this little podcasting that you got on. You're a fancy lawyer somewhere. You like to eat at good restaurants, right? You wear nice clothes. Yeah. You got nice chains. You could take a $300, $400 L." You can take that. And I'm like, no, because I work for that money. This is AML KYC money. I didn't get my money quick. This came from sweat, blood, and tears, me staying up all night. This is a culmination of 18 years of suffering. So the same $500 I give you, it's the same $500 I come back. Now, if you come to me and be like, yo, I need you, is this a loan or do you want me to break you off? Yeah. Now, if you come at me and be like, yo, I can't pay you back, maybe I'll be like, yo, he's 200. I don't got 500 for you. Yeah. Here's 200. Here you go. Don't ask me again. Yeah. Right? Which sometimes is better.
Yeah, it is.
Right? Sometimes.
But my lesson is I'm not giving out any money. When I give out money, I consider it a loss. I don't do loans. I'm not a bank.
Yeah.
So I'll give you how much you want. All right, boom. That's it.
You've given out loans before. No, you're usually a very generous guy.
Don't do that.
Let me stop. No, I do. Yo, I'm telling you, this podcast can get real spicy real quick. I'm just telling you. No, but I'm so serious stuff though. Like on a serious note.
Yeah.
But how does it make you feel for those people? Sometimes, like when you're like, I know you're somebody who sympathizes and empathizes with people, but is there like ever a place you're like, damn, B, like I told you years ago to get your stuff together, and now look at you. You ever have that perspective with people? You have a conversation with them, like, yo, why are you at this place now?
No, for me, it's like I just feel disappointment for that person, and I'm like, damn, we could have had a great friendship. And I'm like, I can't rock with you like that. You know what I mean? Like, I can't trust you,
There's a couple dudes in my circle, I'm just like, you was waiting for Call of Duty to load up and I was loading up them bales. You know what I mean? Like, I was loading up them bales. I was never a big, I played a little video games when I was younger, but I always knew, like, yo, it's not cool being broke in your 30s, bro.
Oh, no.
It's not
in your
cool.
30s? No.
30s, once you start hitting 30, 31, 32, 33, that's not cool anymore, right? Like 20 years old, anywhere in your 20s.
Of course, you grinding.
Yeah, you grinding, you broke. That's normal. Like, that's normal. You're supposed to be broke.
Yeah.
But in your 30s, and again, I have differing thoughts about living with your parents still if you're doing it for a specific purpose, but you should be doing certain things already, right? Like, you should already be doing certain things. What's going to happen? Like, are you grinding towards something? What are you building towards? Because time goes like this, bro. Yeah. And then all of a sudden you're seeing everybody else doing their stuff and you're feeling bad about yourself. And then all of a sudden kicking at the bars every weekend ain't cool no more.
Yeah.
You're not traveling anywhere. You haven't gone past Texas or Puerto Rico.
Yep.
It's a big ass world out there. You don't got a passport.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
and granted, for me, like, money fluctuates, so it comes and goes, and there's things that can happen that's out of people's circumstances that, they might hit rock bottom or financially lose money and all that. But I just think move with integrity during those moments, or have the wherewithal to, buckle down and then figure out a way.
Yeah.
So just because, at a certain age, it's, you don't have it all, you don't own a house, you don't do this or whatever, like, have that vision for yourself and do that, Right. But if you're at a certain place where you're not comfortable, or that you still have to do things where, when you're younger, like you're borrowing money from people and can't even pay them back, it's like, that's when you gotta check yourself.
And again, like, I don't want people to fall into this like fake sort of like imposter syndrome or comparison game, because I don't own a crib, right? Doesn't mean I'm not successful, right?
Yeah.
I can buy a crib. If I wanted to buy a house, I can, thankfully, like, knock on wood, thank you for, God's good. But like, my definitions of success goes similar to, in terms of like a male friendship, and something that defines a male friendship is one with integrity, value, morals, and commitment to one another.
Exactly.
Right? So that has nothing to do with what he got, I got. Maybe that can help in terms of like pushing, like, yo, you got this. How did you get here? Like, let me get some advice. Let me get some free game. That's great. However, that shouldn't be the foundation as to why you're friends with somebody, right? Like, in terms of like, that could be an aspect of why you're friends with somebody. Oh, I want to be where he's at. I get motivated by this person. This person brings me good levels of inspiration into my life, good levels of motivation, holds me accountable. But it's very quick to be like, damn, he's got that. Like, I don't got that. Like, does that mean I'm not cool? And I think that men a lot like to play the flexing, driving, rent a car, which is cool. You can rent a car, that's fine, right? But like, there's so much that you could do manipulation with social media nowadays to make you seem like you have a life that you really don't have.
Yeah.
Didn't you see those two guys that were talking about how they rented all those private jet insides? and they were laughing about it, about this. It's like brother twins here. In Dubai.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So I'm over here. They created a perception that they were so successful, and because of that perception, everybody wanted to be around them, and that's how they got their fame, and that's how they got this and their clout. That's all fake at the end of the day.
Yeah.
That's all built on a house of cards.
Yeah.
I want something with a
Wait, are they getting it now though? They faked it today.
Now, actually, I think they cemented those house of cards now. They're good now. But like the thing is, like sometimes you need to, in terms of male friendship, sometimes it could be built on fragile stuff. If it's built on surface level stuff, that's gonna come with the wind, come and go.
Yeah. So with that, how do you build your inner circle with intention? You know, like how are you doing that now? Because right now you're in that process of and doing it in New York. Because you know you got me on the group on our text and all that. You got your group chat. Everybody's kind of spread out, and sometimes you need more than that. You need that in person or like where you're at. Like, hey, let's grab a coffee. Let's chop it up. You know. So how are you?
I try to reach out to people. Hey, let's get a coffee. Let's hang out. I have dudes who just don't respond. They're too busy. They're whatever it is and don't make plans and this. They got their own lives. Our schedules don't match up. Go to places where you have people of like-minded interests. Soho House. I like to go to Soho House, right? Like I'm a Soho House member, so there's going to be creatives there. People want to cater from a creative sort of perspective. Now I'm doing a lot more outreach with my firm recruiting and just networking, going to conferences, meeting people from my professional circle who, you know, it's going to start off as a professional relationship. Who knows? Then you can start up outreach into somebody who is a genuine friend over time. Yeah. And I just think it's a lot differently now than it is before, because now people with the advent of social media, people just are weird about like outreaching to one another and don't like to have a conversation in person, don't like to do this, that, whatever it may be. So it's just a matter of just being intentional about the places you want to be in, being intentional about maybe the types of person that you want to be in, but malleable enough and like flexible enough to be like, maybe it doesn't look, sound, or feel like the way I want it to, but let's give it a shot here, right? It's almost like speed dating when you're trying to make good friends, right? Like it's like, do we connect? Do we get along? Do we like similar interests? For me, if you could talk about sports, creativity, the weather, traveling, I like to say I'm pretty worldly in the things I like to talk about. So if there's something you and me can't connect with, that's probably somebody I cannot be friends with, right? Vibe with. So how about you, man? You've been out here for like 10 years in Dubai. And I mean, I know you're friendly with a lot of people, but like, I feel like for you, how have you been doing it? Because Dubai is not really known typically as a place where you can come and forge the best of friends out here. Yeah.
But I mean, it's a transient place. Like people come and go. Like, man, you're cool. But that goes to show you when it's real friends, it's like, yeah, we're going to make it happen. And, we're going to connect and all that. But it's a difference of, damn, man, you in New York. So it'd be different if you was here and like, yo, let's connect and all that. So that's why it's hard here for me to like build a genuine inner circle. There are people here that I call like, brothers and that are like really good friends. But like I said, it's just different now at an older age because everybody has different things going on. People have families and things like that. So, I chalk that up to that,
And what are some of the characteristics you look in somebody that you want to be a brother?
Man, I love people that are driven and motivated, So when I see someone just, doing things at any scale or at any level, but they want to just constant self-improvement. That's the same path that I'm on, and just someone that you can be real with and can just tell the truth and just be transparent. Like that's what I appreciate. And I told you, I appreciate, man, if you don't want to do something, you're gonna be like, nah, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not with it.
I am like that.
It's like, cool. And when you're with something, you're with it, So I appreciate that, so.
I say no, period.
Yeah.
My guys are like, no, period. I mean, we can get into a conversation, but I'm just going to be no still. Right. But like, no, and what are some of the characteristics that you think you bring into a brotherhood?
For me, I'm somebody that's selfless, If
I'll give you that. You are that.
If somebody needs something or wants something, man, if I could do anything in my power, so if I have the knowledge, I don't gatekeep. And if I could connect somebody with someone, I'll do that, like I have no problem doing that. And I like to see people win. Yeah. Like that gets me excited when I see people around me doing well, like I don't feel any type of spite or anything like that because everybody has their own time, and so I just like that support system for me is going to genuinely be there. Like I am happy for people.
Can we talk about gatekeeping for like 2 seconds before we shut this thing down? Men, why do you do that? Why do you gatekeep? I don't understand. If somebody can come and explain to me here, I'm happy to talk about it too. Why? Like, what do you get out of that? What do you get out of gatekeeping? People do it all the time. Instagram influencers.
People want to be exclusive, you know what I mean? And people want to be the first or the only.
And then they drop the link once the thing that they drop for is sold out, done on the site. I'm like, yo, you are gatekeeping.
Yeah.
Like, isn't the point of brands and sharing ideas and social media the spreading of information, the spreading of ideas? Now, I understand that people don't want to look like one another. But again, my mom always said, it's not the exterior, it's the hanger.
Yeah.
It's you. You're gonna be the differentiating factor.
Yeah. This comes into another topic that I feel like this happens a lot in the Black and Latino community, as far as like when we talk about entrepreneurship and building businesses. I feel like, and I see a lot of times, like everyone goes into business for themselves, and rarely do you see one of us building corporations and building companies where everyone can eat. Everybody wants to be a boss, and it's like, you're the boss, you're making the majority of the money, and you're just hiring help and not paying them what they deserve.
I have people in my family or people who are close to me that have businesses, and the reason why you haven't been able to scale is because you have to feel that the the workers have equity.
Yeah.
That's so important, but that's an empathy, leadership quality of trait to keep people there. That's why so many people have attrition, because they just feel like it's a job.
Yeah,
like, I'm replaceable. When you make somebody feel that they're so irreplaceable or they're part of the team, people are less likely to leave.
Yeah.
And the same with brotherhoods, right? Mm-hmm. You want to feel like, yo, no matter how much they clown me, no matter how much they get on me, no matter how much they keep me accountable, it may be annoying, maybe something that you don't want to hear at the moment, I can't be without these group of men. I can't be without these group of people in my life, because they're going to bring something to my life that if they weren't here, my life would be substantially different. That's how I feel with the friends that I have today. Yeah. Those are guys who keep me accountable. Even you guys tell me when I'm wilding out sometimes, which happens. I've gotten better with it, but I wild out sometimes, and that you need that. You need that check, because if you don't have those checks now, you're not going to have those checks later when the big money and the fame and the clout come in. Then you're going to feel like you can run the world, and you don't want that. You don't want to start developing your yes men then. You want the same people to be who knew you before you got everything, to be the same people who are there, to be like, yo, this is not who you are.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. And I feel like that's why a lot of these athletes and rappers and like sort of people who are famous, they go out of control sometimes, because then people start turning into yes people.
Yeah.
And that's what you definitely don't need.
If you don't have anyone in your corner that will tell you no, or like kind of check you, you know what I mean? Because it happens sometimes. Sometimes it's like we feel disconnected or we feel lost, where it's like, man, I'm living on a high right now. And it's like, no one can tell me no, I could do what I want to do, you know?
And just to, I guess, before we close it out, I guess, what's the message that you would sort of share with your boys or with your younger self in terms of like how to cultivate those healthy relationships moving forward? I know you can't change anything that's happened already, but like what's a message that you would throw out there to our fellow young and old men out there?
I mean, and I would say this to myself more, which I gotta improve on as well, is and I'm a work in progress. So for my boys back home, I'm letting y'all know I'm a work in progress. But
they're like, he's capping.
Everyone has their issues and has their problems, And I think for myself, just reaching out more, just to say, hey, how you doing? You know what I mean? Like, just like really, how are you doing?
And I like just a casual like, how you doing? Like,
like,
what's up?
Yeah. And honestly, I have one friend that's really good at that. Like, I'll give him the generic answer, and it'll be like, hey, I'm gonna call you. Like, yo, really, what's going on? Like, how you feeling? Like, And so I need to do more of that.
I need to do more outreach too. I'm usually good at that when I remember somebody. I'm like, yo, let me send them a text. I'm just checking in on you.
Yeah.
They're like, do you need anything? That's how people are programmed now. I'm just checking in on you. I don't need anything from you. I'm just trying to be a good human being, right? Because I think you need this. Because you may need this. I haven't heard from you in a while. Maybe you're moving a little funny. Maybe you're looking a little down the last time I saw you. I just wanted to reach out to that, man. But that's a great message, because what I would say is, yo, don't be afraid to cry in front of your boys sometimes.
Yeah.
Let them know that something bothered you in a respectful manner. It's okay to tell somebody like, yo, that I don't like that. I've had to tell some of my bestest friends, like, yeah, don't do that to me. That may be cool between y'all, that's not cool with me. Like, where I'm from, that's not cool with me. So don't do it with me. And sometimes I'll be joking with them, like, yo, you don't want to start there. You say you don't like that, remember? I was like, and I'm like, you right. Let me back up. But like, it's true. Like, sometimes you gotta have the real vulnerable conversation with somebody. Like, I don't like when you guys treat me like this, or I don't like when you speak to me like that. That may be normal where you're at as a New Yorker from the city. I'm not really cool with that. I don't play that. I didn't grow up playing that. So like, that's not for me, man. But this was a good one, man. I like talking about this. It feels some of these episodes are really good for the soul to talk about, just to release some tension. I think as men that we don't have these conversations quite often. Like me and Mike are so busy talking about podcasts and prepping and this and all the other loans sometimes we like to give out, and then like it's just so refreshing to know that like two dudes can still talk and just, yo, you good, you okay, whatever it may be. So on that note, let's close it out, guys. You guys can follow us at Last Flight Out Podcast across all of our social media channels. You can follow us on Spotify, Apple Music, we on Twitch now, TikTok, everything. You can follow me at JLubriel26. You can follow Mike at
If Mike Was Here.
So see everybody next week, same time, same place.
Peace.
Peace, everyone.
Let's flat out. Big teams, big boys, alright? My highs and lows inherit growth, Mr. Deeds. Went from juggling 3 jobs to CEO like I'm Steve. Never been a rotten apple, call me John Appleseed. That's how I bleed. God can see, no other man can judge me. Call him Mike, Mr. International, getting cream.